The Maestro.
I know that.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
The Maestro.
The Maestro. Durty.
Come on, y'all.
Really? I think that would be cool though. Why? The Maestro.
Shorts. Oh.
Let it go.
How about you hold it?
There's a lady in the way.
What up, fam?
She got legs.
Thank you for checking out this episode. What you think? Me.
I have told her.
Really appreciate, again, you taking the time to listen to all of our works here on SimWorld Hoops. Really, really awesome.
Hey, Maestro, why you never mentioned blazing takes, huh? Can you not take the heat? Maybe you should stay out of the kitchen. Come on, tell them about it. Tell them about blazing takes, Maestro. Come on, man.
Like, unnecessarily aggressive. Fam, in the tag below, don't I always give a shout out, or most of the time give a shout out to all the other works we got? You know, let these people know what's up, so they just keep blowing me up like that, man. I don't know. It's just uncool. All right. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to my shorts. All right, here we are. I want to get back to a comment on one of the pods that I made earlier about acts, not stats, in terms of being that role player. And the reason I want to do that is because just to put something out there. I know cats in season live in their stats. And I've, again, played with a lot of guys who were good enough and solid enough that they actually have professional careers, and they went on, they can tell you every single one of their points and who they got their points against and everything else. But in general knowledge, when it comes to basketball, at least, that's sort of like in the shadows until we bring it out. It's not like a sport like baseball, for instance, with a 150-year history where everybody knows all the key points of major numbers throughout seasons throughout. Like, they know the most number of stolen bases, even if that person was not in your favorite team. They know the most number of home runs a season, even though that person was not your favorite teams. And now with home runs, it is the true season home run king versus the steroid guys. It is the true total home run king versus the steroid guy. So you have all this stuff going on, right? The idea here is understand something. When you are living in your stats, because that's your marker for the season and not wins, in basketball particularly, you're living on the wrong side of the ledger. And this is my argument why. So I want to get this out the way. You can average 50 points a game. That'd be awesome, right? But if your points are not coming in the fourth quarter or late in the game when your team needs them to win, then they don't mean anything. They truly don't. Everybody talk about that guy who's the ball hog or the woman who's the ball hog, and they never win. But yeah, you got a bunch of great points. You can brag about that all day long. You put yourself a plaque outside your $1 million house saying, you average 50 points a game, but, that's all it'll be. If you are the type of person who look for the amount of minutes that you get. I don't have enough minutes, man. I can't do it. I don't have enough minutes. There are plenty of players, and we talked about those players who signed during the commitment period, who didn't have a lot of minutes, and still at this level will still be able to be productive. And the same thing goes on the college level, same thing goes in the professional level. There are players who are effective and efficient when they play, and they don't use the excuse of, well, I just didn't get enough time in order to be so. Understand your role and understand what you do for your team. Because if it's about you, your numbers, and your stats first, and not about the team, I'm telling you, everyone is losing. And I know your coaches are embedding that into your head. And I know your family and friends and loved ones are probably embedding that into your head. But you've got to hear it. You've got to believe it. And more importantly, you have to act and play like it. Make it matter. Make it count. Make it be real. Make it be something that is completely without question about the team. Then those stats will have meaning. For instance, right now, I'm asking you 3 questions, and without looking them up, see if you really know the answer. Not who. Now, this is not a who. This is a what. Who has the record for the most number of triple doubles? Who has the records for the most number of rebounds in a game? And who has the record for the most number of minutes played in a season? You can say the modern season if you want to. And I say that because in baseball, you can answer the equivalent of those questions pretty easily. But in basketball, we can't. Now, if you can, that's awesome. I want to, again, don't look them up. No Googleization. All right. See if you know those points. And oh, by the way, this is something else. Last lecture point. Know your game. Know your sport. Know the history. Know where it matters. I promise I'm going to get back to more story time stuff. You guys have just asked so many great and awesome questions that I just want to talk about it. But I'm going to get back to more story time stuff about the history of the game and what actually matters. I'm actually going to do one on that coming up here soon, just to kind of give you social placement of where basketball is. So again, appreciate you. Thank you for listening. And I'm going to give you a story time real quick right now. And this is a story that I've heard from him, so it's not like I'm telling something out of school. And most of you probably know this already. It was at a basketball clinic. Magic Johnson was the guest speaker, lecturer, whatever you want to call it. And he's kind of walking us through various things in game and whatever. And it was really cool. But what was super cool about it was he basically hung out longer than he was supposed to. And we just kind of, those of us who really liked his game, you know, even though basketball has started to change, he was talking about his experiences with different players in the game. And one of the things he brought up was I think it was the 91, fact check me on this, please. It was the 91 NBA finals against the Bulls. And he talked about how very first game, Magic would always show up to the arena 3 or 4 hours early. I guess sometimes even did basketball when he did that. But when he shows up, Michael Jordan also shows up. So they're both on each side of the court, walking through their personal drills, shooting free throws, doing whatever. Then eventually they kind of meet in the middle and they start talking. And Michael's wearing one of his T-shirts, and I forgot what the logo was on the T-shirt. I heard the story so long ago. So Michael Jordan was wearing one of Michael's T-shirts. And Michael said that when they were done, he says, you know, we're going to take you guys down today. And Magic said, oh, dude, we're going to beat you, blah, 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 whatever. You know, they had that little exchange. And then he said, but you know what, Michael? Whether I win or lose the series, I'm still going to win. And Michael goes, what do you mean? He says, okay, check it out. Look at the tag on your shirt. So this is a Michael Jordan shirt. Michael takes off the shirt. He looks at the tag and it says Magic Tees. The shirt was made by Magic Johnson's company. So Magic said, see, even if we lose, they're going to buy a bunch of your T-shirts and I'm still going to get paid home.
Oh, wait, you want me to read?
Thank you for listening to the Maestro.
Thank you again for checking out the Maestro Sturdy.
Shorts.
Drop a tag below and give us a piece of your mind. See you next time and...
Is it last call? Have you seen my glasses?
The Maestro. Dirty.
Shorts.